Hi everybody, welcome to the video and welcome to the flea market. And so we got some great stuff in the video, and we also run into Matt from Part-Time Pickers and Kayla, the homeschooling picker, here in San Jose, California. So that'll be a little bit later in the video. Matt I have run into before. He's a local guy up in Hayward, so about, on a good day, maybe about 45 minutes from here. On a bad day, it could be like 90 minutes to 2 hours it's taking me to get to Hayward sometimes. It's traffic is a little crazy. And so we'll run into them, and then we'll just exchange pleasantries and continue on the hunt. But kind of cool to run into people. And I've run into Ready Set Resale. I always forget his name, but I've run into him. eBay's here. I've said this before. eBay is right down the street. YouTube is just up the freeway. So we do encounter a lot of YouTube celebrities, I guess. All right, so we're starting here at Lupa's table, and she's got some great items. Oh, I also have some. At the end of the video, I'll talk about some updates and stuff here with the channel, with the audio and stuff like that. But we're here at Lupa Station. We're picking up some games. They're Game Boy Advanced. Nothing really exciting. Game Boy Advance or Nintendo wise. It's just some good store stuff that'll sell pretty quickly. Pretty low, maybe somewhere between $5 to $10 each, but I'm getting a great deal on everything, so I feel comfortable picking them up and moving those things along. That fan box there that you saw me grab was it's a cooler for a CPU or a processor for a computer. I remember these tiny little CD players. They're just, you take really small CDs, and I never really saw any small CDs like out in the. You have to make them yourself. Well, you buy the little CDs and you have to burn your own music to it. And then I have a Dynamo label maker. I've sold these before. These are just little video players. And I forget. I think they're from Tiger Electro. I'm not 100% sure where they're originally from, but they're called Video Now. And I've sold these before for between 15 to 20. I had one with a bunch of movies with it in a case, and that one sold for $30. So we're definitely going to scoop these up as well too. I'm thinking about somewhere between $15 to $20 on each of those two. And then the cooler, it's not a very high-end cooler, CPU coolers, but we're probably going to get about $20 or so for it. And like I said, all the games I threw in there's really nothing memorable about the games. I think one of them was, the best one was probably like a Lego Ninjago, which that one should bring up maybe about $10 or so. But the other ones are all just like between $5 to $10 games. I just wanted to check the batteries. I think it took a lot of batteries. I wanted to make sure they weren't all corroded. But the Hyper 212, that's the name of it. The Hyper 212 Evo. If you guys are into computers or do computer building, it's a great cooler. It's not very expensive. I believe they still produce it for modern CPUs, or I should say the latest CPUs. But it's just I actually use one of those in my open air test bed system, so it's just great. It's not like the best, not gonna give you the best results, but it does the job, and it does the job well. And, I recently picked up the clear keep matching keyboard to this mouse, and the problem is when these things have been sitting around in a storage unit forever, they just collect dust and dirt on the inside. Sometimes it looks like maybe some bugs crawling in that thing. I don't even know how they get in there, because it's like tight. It's a really tight, closed little enclosure thing, but stuff still finds its way in there, and I don't want to sell. If I'm not going to be able to really clean it up, and it's not going to bring that much, like the mouse, maybe like a $10 mouse. The keyboard was maybe like a $25 keyboard, and I really don't want to, spend the time having to take it apart, clean it out, and then list it. It's just kind of a waste of time. I'd rather just find better, cleaner items. Is what I'd rather do. And if you guys have noticed, I changed my cart out here. I'm using a taller cart as of late. I have a wagon, and you may have seen that in some of my previous videos, me using a blue wagon. But I kind of like the taller carts. The only problem with the taller carts is you really can't, everything's vertical, so you just can't lay it in there. But I do like this cart. It's a little more maneuverable. If you are going to flea markets, bring a cart. Trust me, you're gonna. One time, I remember one time I was like, I'm not gonna need a cart. I'm just gonna run in, run out. I really don't have too much time. I'll just pick up a few little things here and there. I'll take a bag. And someone was selling a bunch of Legos, and it had a bunch of Lego animals and figures in there, and a huge bin. And I'm like, I'm gonna go grab I bought it, and then I took it back to the. I took it back to the car, and then I was like, I'm just gonna bring the cart over and just start going through the flea market. So always bring a cart, whether you think you're gonna need one or not need it. Yeah. Oh, is she? Hey. Hasta las tres. Lupe is, she always has stuff for me and things I might like. She knows what I pick up, and she'll present me with items. I did look this up, and it probably would have been probably about a $10 harmonica, but the sell-through rate wasn't that great. So I as much as I talk about the sell-through rate, how you really shouldn't 100% abide by the sell-through rate. I do look at it from time to time. Or I should say I mention it from time to time because I wasn't sure. I don't really buy what do you call it? Harmonicas that often. But I do know there is some value in harmonicas, so I checked it out. These Bibles, these electronic Bibles, they do they sell really fast. I picked up that one. I totally missed the other one that was sitting there. There was two there, and I ended up picking up the other, seeing it again. That's one thing that I can't probably stress enough is when you're walking through anywhere, flea market, Goodwill, whatever, that first pass, you're going to see some stuff, but you really, really got to take your time to kind of examine like what is actually underneath other things, underneath cables, at the bottom of piles, or sometimes it'll just be sitting there and you just miss it the first time. Always going over and giving everything a second look has yielded some pretty good profitable items for me. Or even having somebody with you. I've talked about this before, having somebody with you. If your spouse is involved with the business or likes to go out with you shopping on these adventures, go with your spouse, go with your boyfriend, whoever, friends or whatever, because you're going to miss stuff. It happens. You're going to just completely look over items and totally miss some great profitable items. See, I didn't even see the second Bible, but it's there. It's there in that pile. I'm going to see it as I make my second pass. And what I've learned over the years, and again, I've mentioned this before, I've learned over the years of coming here. It's here to the flea market, everywhere, but, we're at the flea market today. But coming to the flea market is always, just focusing in on those right vendors. And you'll learn who the right vendors are, who give you the best prices, who work with you on deals, who always continually bring great items. Concentrate your time on those vendors. And there's a lot of stuff sitting here that could be profitable, but you might miss it if you're just walking by and you kind of just scan. You're like, I'll pick up here, this, and then you walk right by it, and then you're missing all the other. You're probably missing some great items that are buried here in these piles. Take a look at that little duffel bag thing right there. That is a wine brand. I'll do at the end of the video. I'll do a little recap and I'll show you. We'll do a little deep dive into this thing because I find they're like little wine. It's a champagne brand, and I find just like the little cozies. It's kind of like just a little like polyester zip up. It looks like a thermal basically for your for your bottle. And if I'm not mistaken, I think they were sold at Costco, and periodically they pop up at Costco once in a while. But I'll find just those little cozies at Goodwill for a couple bucks usually, and they resell for 15 to 20 from that brand. So seeing that duffel bag style, which actually holds 3 bottles in it, I'm picking that up. I don't even know what it goes for. We'll cover that at the end. But and that may change here in the future with these videos. I may be giving you my live commentary, but that's a great pickup. Great pickup. I'm checking out their purses where they'll hang their higher end stuff. The Lululemon, the Nike. I picked up a Nike bag from here just the other day, and it sold within about a week. Again, I'm going to go back to that sell-through rate thing I was talking about earlier. That Nike backpack, Nike backpacks have a decent sell-through rate. They're not bad. It's just there's a lot of them out there that really aren't worth too much. And the one I had was okay. It wasn't the greatest brand. It sold for $25. And according to the sell-through rate, it probably would have sat for a while, that style of backpack. But I sold it. I sold it within 4 days. It took 4 days. 4 days to sell. Gone. See, I see this little gaming mouse, but this gaming mouse, if you look at the bottom there, it's missing bottom plate, and some of these games. See, there it is, right there. Look, there's the other Bible, and this is the gaming. Some of the higher end gaming mice have weights in them, so look out for those. If you see a gaming mice and it has weights in it, it's usually a little bit more higher end. I'm going to finish up here at this vendor's booth, pay up and everything, and then we're going to cut to another vendor, and this is where we're going to run into Matt and Kayla. So I'll come back with the with the commentary here shortly. Welcome to San Jose.
Oh, thanks.
Nice to meet you.
You too.
Gilbert.
Nice to meet you, Gilbert.
Matt, running a couple times.
Yeah, how you doing?
Good, good.
Good to see you.
It's my first time here.
Yeah, first time in California.
Oh, yeah. That's the first time in California. Nice.
And only my second time at a flea market also.
Only second time at a flea market?
Yes.
Do they have any out there?
No, they're like indoor and not the same at all.
Oh.
They're like little antique malls.
Yeah, exactly.
Antique mall?
That's what they
Oh,
call
that's
flea
right,
markets.
right. Cool, nice to see you guys.
Yeah.
Good running to you.
So that was pretty cool running into them too here in San Jose. Like I said, yeah, I've run into Matt before, but you know, Kayla is obviously another channel that we really like and watch, and you know, to run into her over here, it's just really cool. I mean, it's kind of strange. You know, I do run into, you know, when have run into, you know, famous YouTubers. I always gotta remember, you know, they have no idea who you are, but you know, they, you know, all about their lives. So that'll probably happen to me, hopefully one of these days. Now this vendor, really cool guy, and we're gonna stop to chat with him for a little bit. He's not usually here on Thursdays, so it really threw me off.
How you doing?
Typically here on Sundays.
Same old, same old. Yo, still out here hunting. How's it? Are you gonna come on Thursdays regularly or not?
No,
or just like once in a while.
Because it's raining this weekend, so.
Oh, that's
so
right. Yeah.
And yes, yeah, that's why.
And
But yeah, I normally don't. Come.
did it rain this past Sunday? I was
Yeah, it rained Saturday and Sunday was good.
Saturday. Okay.
Saturday was raining, Sunday was
Yeah.
good.
Oh man. Yeah, I know. It's just
The weather.
the time of the season.
Yeah. I'm not mad, but you know, yeah. You gotta be.
Yeah. Has it been good or what?
It's
Has it
alright.
been good since the start of the year? Yeah, it's been all right on eBay. You know, it's been kind of like up and down lately.
Yeah.
But
I feel it.
yeah, but I mean, it's working out. Some higher priced items are selling, so it kind of balances. You know,
Yeah.
the volume's down, but like higher prices are going, so it's all right. So maybe I have to work more at the hospital, make some more money, which I don't want to do.
Yeah, I know. I feel it.
I'd rather be out here. How much on the Lego set there?
5.
All right, cool. I'll get that. I'm gonna keep looking around here.
Yeah, and I don't typically come on Sundays that much anymore, so yeah, I just wanted to, you know, chit chat. And real nice guy, brings some great stuff. I mean, just nice, clean items, ready to list. I mean, Legos galore. I'm gonna pick up there's 2 Mickey ones there. He's gonna give me them for $5 a piece. A couple of great sets. And it kind of, so everything just kind of threw me off today because he's not typically here. And I saw him. I looked over thinking it was the guy that sells a lot of plush. And when I saw him there, I was like, oh hey. So, you know, I just finished up on the other side and came over to see him. But while I was there, well, before Matt came into the picture there, into the frame, there was a guy that was looking at some Lego minifigures, and I was trying to wait for him to put them down. He was looking them up, and I was like, oh, I just missed them. And you saw me look at some random like sunglasses. I wasn't even considering buying those, but I was really trying to, like, with my mind, trying to get him to put those things down so I can grab them. But he ended up getting them. But yeah, I got a few more sets, and if I hadn't stuck around, it wouldn't have been, I wouldn't have run into Matt and Kayla. So the 2 Disney sets were $5 each, and then $1 for that baseball. I find that baseball pretty regularly, and they sell for 10 to 15. But let's go into the recap. Okay, everybody, welcome to the end of the video here. We're going to do a little bit of a recap on a few items. But how cool was that, running into Matt, running into Kayla? Matt I have run into before, but Kayla, I mean, being from Kentucky, you don't really, you know, some of these people you don't really anticipate ever seeing. And I was already caught off guard that day because that vendor that was there typically isn't there on Thursdays, and I don't usually anticipate seeing him. And he always has some great items. And then I was like really focused in on those minifigures. I was like, put those minifigures down. I was telling the guy, you know, with my, you know, put those minifigures down. And he never did. So I was like, I didn't even get to see what they were. But I did grab some great sets, you know, at $5 a set. It's not bad. You always hear me say I'm always a Lego buyer, you know, within reason. As long as the price is within reason, I'm always a Lego buyer. So really cool to you know, just run into them there. You know, you always got to remember that they have no idea who you are. I'm just really a random guy, you know, and they're inviting us, or I'm inviting you guys into, you know, my life here, my reselling life. But really cool. You never know who you're gonna run into at the flea market, or anywhere for that matter. So like I said earlier in the video, we're going to do a little something different. So I got a wireless mic set up. So when I'm out there in the field, you know, I'm out there at the flea markets, Goodwills, we're going to do more, hopefully just live commentary. Well, I mean, it's not necessarily live, but it's when I'm actually shooting the video, you'll get my actual commentary when I'm, you know, at the flea market or at the Goodwill. So we'll do a little bit more of that, see how that goes. A little less, what do you call it? Voiceover, you know, obviously start off the video, you know, introduce the video, but a little less voiceover. And we'll see how that goes. Just trying to improve videos, trying to help, just trying to help provide better content, I hope. And hopefully help you guys find great items. And, you know, like I've said before, you know, the sourcing is the number one. I mean, you need products. You need products to sell. And sourcing them is, you know, the number one is the way. That's what you're doing. You're sourcing. You're picking up products to resell. So... And I'm probably not going to do like a whole recap. I'm going to try to get better and better at catching the moment when of the items I'm actually picking up, and then I'll tell you guys what I pay for them and what I think they're going to go for. At the flea market, I tend to rely more on my just my knowledge base, and when I'm at the Goodwill, I tend to do more looking up. And basically, the reason is, you know, flea market, there's so many people there, and it's so fast-paced. You got to just go. And plus, I already know I'm going to get great deals on items. So I kind of just don't hesitate to buy more at the flea market than I do at Goodwill. At Goodwill, like, I have time to think about it. At the flea market, I'm either don't have time to think about it, or it's like, it's going to be a great deal, so I'm just going to throw it in there anyway. Just like this Apple mouse. And so in regards to the recaps, I'm going to highlight some of the key items from the trips, the stuff you should be on the lookout for, because a lot of this stuff, like for me, this Apple stuff, this is like bread and butter stuff. This stuff I find all the time, and this is actually just it's a wireless. Takes a couple of the little back panel here on these. So if you find these, they're really good. $15 to $20. These little wireless mice, and they just have they have a little switch, obviously back here. They have a little this little hole right here is where it'll light up when it's on, but it has a little thing right here that you would push in, and then the flap kind of pulls up. It's always a little finicky. The newer, there we go. So that pops off, and then you have your two batteries in there. The newer models actually you plug in with a lightning charge up with a lightning port. I don't know if those are the latest models or not, but those are the ones I'm finding out and about. But these ones still sell. Even the older Apple ones sell. Even the ones USB wired ones sell. Wireless keyboards sell. The wired keyboards sell. I got another wired keyboard over here. So a lot of the bread and butter stuff that I pick up all the time, you know, it can get kind of repetitive. And so I want to highlight some really key items that you should be on the lookout for. They'll get you great profit if you find them. So a lot of this bread and butter stuff really, really depends on, you know, where you're at, you know, where you live, too, as well. You know, like I say this before, you know, I'm right down the street. Apple headquarters isn't too far, so there's a lot of Apple products around here. There's a lot of tech stuff, you know, so I find a lot of computer products. I find a lot of mice, keyboard, all that stuff. I find a lot of it because, you know, we're Silicon Valley here. You know, that's the area I live in, and so maybe the area you live in, you find different stuff. You find other stuff that's more abundant where you live. Legos, I think I dropped a short the other day about Lego. You know, Legos are something you can probably find pretty much everywhere. It's sold everywhere. You know, it's, you know, Targets are everywhere. They have Legos. You know, there's Lego stores scattered around. So that's something you can probably find just about everywhere. So definitely something to look out for. But can't get this lid back on. I don't know what happened. I hope I didn't. Oh, there it goes. Okay. All right. So going forward, a little less voiceover, a little more, you know, in the moment commentary. I'll have the wireless mic set up. I got it all going and working. The next video I'm going to release will probably be a Goodwill video, and I already started using the mic and everything, so we'll do that. I don't know why my phone picks up. That's so weird, but okay. Okay, so it'll probably be a Goodwill video when I started testing out the mic and everything. I still have some old footage I am going to release, but I kind of want to see how the the new setup works. But I was actually going to do that in this video, but the mic I grabbed wasn't charged yet. So I'm like, oh, of course, when I want to test something out, it just doesn't work. So either way, let's go ahead and highlight some items here. And I talked about that wine, or not wine, it's like a champagne brand. There's the name right there. I don't even know how to pronounce that, but there's the name to look out for. It's right there on the nylon. This little duffel bag, briefcase, wine carrier. I've never seen this size before. So here, let me open it up. Okay, it holds two. I think I said it holds 3, but it actually holds 2 bottles. 2 bottles of champagne and glasses. And this guy resells for last sold was $69.99 for this guy. So $69.99. Pretty good item. I mean, it's going to be a bit, it's going to be a bit, it's going to take a bit to ship it out. It is long. It is, but it's pretty. It's got a nice, like, hard nylon shell to it. And there's really nothing breakable on it. I mean, these are nice, probably aluminum, I would think. I think they're aluminum. They look like aluminum. So nothing really breakable here. You could probably get away with putting 2 large padded bubble mailers, one on each side. I think I've talked about the size I get. It's like 14-inch by 20-inch. And you can probably put 2 of them on each side, tape it up really well so it doesn't come undone, and you can get that shipped out. But $70 for this guy. So, and I picked this up in a bundle. I got this, and I got the Apple mouse I just showed you. I grabbed... What else did I grab from there? I grabbed a couple other things. Another mouse, I believe. And, I got these 2 Bible things. Oh, yeah, let me look at these 2 Bible. I grabbed 2 Bible things. I got everything for $30. So, great deal. We're going to make great profit. My last video is saying how, like, I'm used to, like, big hits. And it's just because, or big scores. Not just because, of where I'm at, where I live at. There's so much here where I live at. And I'm fortunate to be able to do this in the area I'm doing it in. And one of the main reasons, too, is everything is within a 10-mile radius from me. All the stuff I get, I mean, you guys don't see it on camera, and I've been doing some cleaning, but, I mean, this is not my primary storage area. I do have some items stored down here, but my primary storage area is clean. Down here, it's another story. So, I mean, there's so much stuff here, and all this stuff I get is basically within a 10-mile radius of me. So I'm very fortunate. I know I watch Kevin, Commonwealth Picker, and it appears he lives somewhere really far where there's not really great Goodwills, not really great flea markets. So he heavily relies on garage sales. And so I don't have to. And garage sales in my area aren't necessarily the best. People tend to ask quite a bit. And it takes about 10 garage sales until I find something good. So, which is why I prefer flea market and Goodwills. Now, these are the Bibles. I got 2 of them. The 2 sets. You saw one. Let me pick up both. I think you saw me pick them up both in the video. But really great sellers. Brand new. They're like $30 to $40. Used, they're about $15 to $20 or so. Now they recharge. These are rechargeable, so they use a micro USB. So don't worry about the having to find any fancy chargers or anything like that. The one thing you do want to make sure is right here. This is a micro SD card that has the Bible on it. So make sure if that is empty, don't pick it up because you won't have the Bible on it. So you got to make sure you have that little SD card, so that way it will actually read you the Bible. So I got 2 of those. So that's like $30 right there. Great items that'll sell. And then the other item I wanted to show you guys here is actually 2 more items I wanted to show you. And then one item which I picked up at another trip I had. So this is a new keyboard to me, and you guys know I pick up keyboards. This is the keyboard I have picked up recently. I just got another one in. But this is the Logitech Ergo 860. So you may have seen this in the previous video or in a short I did. But great keyboard to pick up. Should sell for around $60 to $70. It's gone as high as $80. So great keyboard to look out for. It is Bluetooth. And one of the key features about this one here is it has 1, 2, 3. You can hook up to 3 devices to it. Now, this one here, which looks very similar, which caught my attention. I was like, what is that? That looks exactly like the Logitech one. It's actually a Microsoft Surface keyboard. Now, the problem with Microsoft, and I don't know if I've discussed this before on the video, Surface ergonomic keyboard. The problem with Microsoft is you need to have the wireless receiver or the dongle that goes with that keyboard. So, which is kind of annoying because that's the first thing to get lost is the little dongle. And then the keyboard is basically, useless. I don't know why they do that, but they do that. Logitech does have what's called a unifying receiver, so you can connect multiple devices to one receiver. You can just go buy the receiver. Some of the devices actually come with a unifying receiver. A lot of their devices nowadays come with a unifying receiver. It wasn't, a thing several years ago. Okay, but back to the keyboard. So this is a Microsoft Surface keyboard, and I was looking at it. I knew it wasn't Logitech. It had a different feel to it, and then you look at the back. It has a Microsoft logo on the back. And then really what I saw was that little button right there, and it has the Bluetooth symbol. So then I was like, all right, it's a Microsoft, it's Bluetooth, which means you're going to be able to hook it up to pretty much any Bluetooth device now. And I looked it up. Sure enough, this goes like about the same price, $60, $70, $80 or so for this keyboard here. So just a nice pickup. Oh, and I got it for $3, so $3. So it's something to look out for. So, I mean, you could pay... I'd be comfortable paying up to $20 for it, and you're still going to make some pretty good profit on that keyboard. Okay, then the last thing I want to show you from this trip here is this backpack here. Now, it's a vendor I deal with a lot, and I buy a lot from. I've actually kind of slowed down buying because she sells a lot of purses. You've probably seen it in the video. A lot of purses, wallets, and she has a lot of other stuff, but she always gets a lot of great purses. And so my purses haven't been moving as quickly as I would like them to move. They are moving, but they're not moving as quick. And it could be just, seasonal. Come springtime, or as we get closer to spring, we'll probably see a lot more purses, bags move. But right now, I'm not seeing them move as well as I would like to, I should say. They are moving, but not as at the speed I would like them to move at. So I've been slowing down my buying on purses, and what you need to be doing is paying attention to the trends. Especially if you've been at eBay for a little bit already, you can start to see the trends, the yearly trends, like what categories go up, what categories go down, if you're in multiple categories. And so you got to pay attention to that. But here's sometimes a brand doesn't even matter. It's just the brand is just highly desirable. Here's a highly desirable brand in a highly desirable print. It's a camouflage. I hope it's coming through on the camera there. But this is a Lululemon. So, incredibly popular brand. The clothing isn't doing as good as it used to, but still a great, recognizable brand. And this is a backpack, camouflage. This should sell for around $70 to $80. We picked it up. We did pay up a little bit for it. It was $20, but we're going to make some great profit. It's an easy shipper, too. Just throw us in a poly bag. Again, nothing breakable here. It folds up. It doesn't really, just kind of, you'll fold it in on itself and get that shipped really easily. And if you price it right, it should sell very quickly too. And then the other thing I wanted to show you, this wasn't from this trip, but again, it's another $3 item. Plantronics, also known as Poly now, but they make headsets. Let me make sure, yeah, still in there. Just want to make sure because this one comes with a dongle, but it doesn't need a dongle, but it helps to have the dongle with it. So. If it comes with a dongle, I prefer to sell it with the dongle. So this is oh shoot, is that brand new? I didn't even know this, but this is actually probably like new. This is new with tags. I didn't realize the tag was still attached to it, but it is. Okay, this is a headset. This is a headset for a computer. It's also Bluetooth. I repeated myself. That wasn't the video. But you can hook this up to your phone. You can hook this up to multiple devices, whatever you want, whatever you want to do. Really cool headset. And Plantronics or Poly. It also comes with a little dongle here. This is the dongle for it. It's probably a I have a similar headset, and I hooked it up to Bluetooth and it works great. But it actually, when I had to sync it and everything, but when I used the actual adapter, I didn't need to do anything. I just plugged in the adapter and it just worked right off the bat. So it helps, like I said, helps to have the dongle. But this guy right here will sell for about $60 to $70. Look out for these ones, not the wired ones. There's a lot of USB wired versions of this Plantronics or Poly, and they don't really do too good. I mean, they will sell, but they'll sell for like $10 to $15, the wired. And I find them all the time, and usually I find them, they want $5 to $6, and I can't pay that. But these wireless ones, right there, you're looking up over $40, $50, $60, $70. The one I use is a little bit more of an updated version. That one goes for close to $100. And then I just had another one that I gave to my wife, which actually had like a little base station with it. This one you don't need a base station. Though I had one with a base station, and that one I believe sells for like $60. So look out for these. They're just headsets. A lot of people just think they're just, normal headphones. So you can get away with, paying. I basically paid what she asked. She asked for $3. Did I say $3? Was it $3? I think it was $3. She asked $3, and I said, okay, I'll do it. There we go. We got a great deal there. Let me get the case down here, Phil. Okay, but I hope you guys liked the video. Of course, I'm gonna put Matt and Kayla in my title. I'm gonna put their names and their channels in my title to get more views, of course. Got to take advantage of the situation when it arises. But I hope you guys like the stuff I picked up. I hope you guys like the style of video. Like I said, we're gonna move to a little bit more, in the moment live commentary, and a little less what do you call it? I keep messing up. A little less I can't even remember. I can't even think right now. But a little less of the style I'm doing now, and a little bit more of just, you'll hear the sights and sounds of the flea market. You'll hear me and my thoughts and my thought process as I'm going over all the products, stuff I'm picking up to put in my eBay store. And everything I pick up, everything I buy, unless I tell you otherwise, will go into the store and get sold. Poshmark or eBay primarily, or Poshmark if it's clothing and shoes. I hope everybody's doing well out there. I hope everybody's making sales. I know, it's been a little slower than normal with the start to the year, but it is the start to the year. It's right after all the holidays. Things were looking pretty good this week. Things kind of picked up. Don't get discouraged out there by anybody that's, out there, in, YouTube world or wherever you get your content from. Sales are still happening, and if you get great items that people want, you'll still make sales. You're going to hear a lot of people talk about eBay's changing. eBay wants you to do this. eBay wants you to do this. 24 years. 24 years on eBay. I'm not saying that just to, I'm not saying that to be, think I'm some, eBay master, because I'm not, because I'm always learning. But 24 years on eBay, I've seen so many changes on the platform, so many changes. And every time there's a change, everybody's, like doom and gloom, no, that's it. But it's not. It's still here. I hear people talk about, let's all go to Amazon. Amazon's the number one competitor. Yeah, but what are the top things that are selling on Amazon? What do you buy on Amazon regularly? I buy groceries on Amazon a lot. I'm not selling, and eBay's not a grocery store, or, what do you buy? A lot of like cables and stuff. And I try not to sell too many cables and everything on eBay, because I know a lot of that stuff people just buy on Amazon dirt cheap. I buy all my cables and everything on Amazon dirt cheap. Which is why you don't see me source just, random cables. I'll look for unique OEM or original manufacturers products, and I'll find those and try to sell those on eBay. I won't sell like generic just cords on eBay or power adapters. So just got to think through it. Just think through it logically. Think through the whole process logically. eBay is still here. It's still a great place for the items that I like to source and the items that I enjoy. I just don't like sourcing them. These are, like I've said it before, and it's in it's somewhere on one of my profiles. All these items I would keep myself. I do keep a lot of items. I keep a lot of the Legos, even though I say a lot of this stuff goes up for sale. Most Legos do not. Most stuff does not. As a matter of fact, the Plantronic stuff, like the stuff that I use, and the one I gave to my wife, some of these keyboards I find, I keep for myself because I like all the stuff I'm buying. I'm not buying stuff I don't necessarily like. Sometimes it's occasionally there will be the I'm buying it because it's great profit, but most of the time, 99% of the time, it's stuff that I like. Do I like champagne? Sometimes I actually do like champagne. Actually, I prefer Prosecco when it comes to the sparkling wine. I should say sparkling wine. I don't know if anybody's interested in my. I don't know if anybody cares or anything like that, but Prosecco, champagne, those are sparkling wines. So. Champagne is basically a sparkling wine from Champagne, France, and Prosecco is a sparkling wine from Prosecco. So when you see the name like Champagne and like them, it's just that's where it's originating from. But all it is a sparkling wine, a wine that's been, for lack of a better words, carbonated. But there's like a natural process to actually do it. There's plenty of channels on YouTube to describe all that, but that's a little tidbit of knowledge that's randomly floating around in my brain. But I appreciate all the new subscribers. We are growing. The channel's growing. I want to thank you guys out there for subscribing. I hope you guys like the content. I hope I'm always providing something of use for you out there. I know some people watch it for entertainment. Some people watch it. Some people are resellers and watching, and if you're getting great entertainment out of it, I hope I'm trying to provide the best entertainment. If you're here to learn about products, what to get, what to buy, how to maneuver through stores or flea markets, I hope I'm providing great content for you guys. You guys are learning something from these videos. Again, we're going to stick to a Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule. It's doing pretty well. I'm able to get videos out. I hope the new style does really well. Definitely go check out, if you don't already, check out Matt at Part-Time Pickers and Kayla at the Homeschooling Picker. Both, two channels that we watch pretty regularly when they release. And so just really cool to run into these people here, and just fortunate to live in an area where we get so much stuff, and a lot of these people visit here because a lot of the major YouTube, where this video is going. YouTube is here. It's up the freeway. Please like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification if you want to get notified of upcoming videos. Links are down below. The other channel, if you want any shipping help, I got some shipping videos out there. And Instagram is down there. Instagram is down there as well too. Appreciate you guys, and we'll catch you on the next video.